Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's 𝘎𝘕𝘚𝘏𝘕 here, back again with another banger for my key babes. So as y'all seen by the title today, I'll be giving y'all my top favorite Christmas movies of all time. But before I get into today's video, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Also, don't forget to turn on post notification bell so you are notified every time I post a new video back to back to back. But other than that, we're going to get straight into the video. As I said before, as I always said, I'm going to be looking down at my notebook if y'all wonder what I'm looking at. But starting off with number one, which is Home Alone, which is the original Home Alone, not the new Home Alone 4, 5, 6 and all that. Just the original Home Alone where he got left at home and his parents left him, and then his mom realized that he was at home, and people tried to break into his house and he was there. So he came mastermind, and he put traps all over the house and they tried to break in. They actually did get into the house, but y'all gotta watch it. Next one is Home Alone 2 Lost in New York. So how this happened was Kevin, which is one of the main characters, Kevin, this time he actually didn't get left. He went on a plane with well, they were in the airport and they were rushing, and his dad had on the same coat as another person in the movie, and he followed the other person and he got on the wrong plane and he made himself to New York. But he had his own little hotel, he had a suite, he had snacks, all that, but he was still lost in New York because his parents wasn't with him. And also when he was in New York, the two bandits tried to come for him again, which they did, and they ended up going back to jail. I'm trying to mess with Kevin because Kevin ain't do nothing to y'all. Next is Elf. So Elf is an all-time favorite. It's an all-time favorite. So basically Elf is about this dude who he acts like a child, really. He puts, when he be eating his spaghetti, he be putting chocolate syrup, all that, like it's dessert. He has only been to Santa's village and he don't know what real life is. He don't know what regular spaghetti is. He don't know nothing. He just know that there's elves, Santa, presents, and stuff like that. He actually still believes in Santa even though he's a grown adult in the movie. But yeah, Elf is an all-time favorite. I love Elf. Next is Christmas Chronicles. So Christmas Chronicles came out in, I believe, 2020. They have a 1 and 2, but my favorite is the first one. So Christmas Chronicles is basically about mom, sister, brother. Dad passed away. The brother and the sister don't really get along, and the brother likes to thinks he's cool and try to drink beers and steal cars and all that. He think he all that. He think he all that in a bag of chips, but he ain't. He think he all that. But it's basically about the sister, the daughter and the sister, she creates a Christmas, what she wants for Christmas, but she makes it on camera, and the video gets sent out, and then I guess Santa tries to make it happen. I really forgot what this is about. And actually, the movie was not made in 2020. It was actually in 2019. But yeah, next is The Grinch. So really, when I say The Grinch, it can be all the Grinch. No, really it's the real one. So The Grinch, when he was a little kid, people used to bully him and stuff like that. People used to make fun of him. He was a nice kid too. He didn't used to make fun of nobody. He was real nice. When he grew up, he turned different. Since people were making fun of him and stuff like that, he wanted to turn it back on them. He wanted to steal a present, not make them have no Christmas. But he wanted to do it to everybody, even though they didn't treat him that way when he was younger. The people who didn't know him, he was still doing bad to them and stuff like that. So he was taking a present, doing all of that to make them have the worst experience of Christmas ever. So that's why he's called the Grinch. Because why are you trying to take everybody Christmas presents? Next is the Polar Express, y'all. Every time it'll be Christmas time and we're I'm 5th grade, I watched this so many times. Every time we're about to go on Christmas break, we always watch the Polar Express. But the Polar Express, self-explanatory, I watch this a million times. It's basically about kids, Christmas, all of that, jolly jolly, happy lolly lolly. I forgot what it's about, even though I watched it a lot of times. Next is Jingle All the Way. So Jingle All the Way is basically about Well, it's a lot of kids who want the same exact toy. The toy gets sold out, but there's one toy left and 2 people are fighting over it, you know, going back and forth trying to get the toy, this, that, and the third. So their kid can have it for Christmas, but they're fighting over this toy and stuff like that. It goes on for the whole movie, all of that, because they all want this toy that just came out for Christmas. All the kids want it, but it's overrated, really. Like, if everybody wants the same exact toy for Christmas, it's overrated. It's overrated. But yeah, they all want the same toy, and you know, they both trying to get the toy and there's only one left. They all sold out. You just gonna have the other person leave it. Like, the kid just gonna have to be grateful what they got for Christmas because they can get the toy for you. Next one is the Princess Switch. The Princess Switch is my favorite. So basically what the Princess Switch is about is 2 twins from different mothers. Basically, they're not related in any kind of way. They're twins and they switch places, you know. They switch, you know, one is supposed to get married and one, you know, like supposed to be being this guy, stuff like that. So they switch places. They end up liking the dude. Like, they end up like falling in love with like the person the girl's supposed to get married to, and she liked this guy. They switch back places, you know, ready to get married and stuff. And like, they confess like that they switched places because they wanted each other's boyfriends because they switched places in the first place. So, and then they had a Princess Switch too, which is also one of my favorites. I love. So the next one is Noel. Basically what Noel is about is basically the father retired and he wants his daughters to take over, but you know, she gets nervous and all of that, and like, she don't want to end up doing it, but she actually end up doing it because she met this guy and they, you know, started doing stuff together, all of that. I have forgot what this movie was about, but I love this movie. Last one, which is my all-time favorite, which is the holiday calendar. So basically it's 2 best friends, and, you know, they do stuff together. It's Christmas. She's at her job, you know, being Santa's little helper and all of that. And like, towards the end of the movie or whatever, yeah, she's being Santa's little helper and all of that, you know. They help out each other, you know, visit each other's families and all of that. And she's a photographer, so she takes pictures and all of that. And like, towards the end of the movie, like, she gets her own studio because her best friend surprises her with like a little studio where she could do all her work, because she didn't want to work for Santa. She really wanted to, like, you know, work for herself instead of like going to work every day and stuff like that. And like, stuff was giving her signs, like the world was giving her signs like something's out there. And like, when her best friend bought the studio, like, they was in the studio, and like all of this time the best friend had a crush on her, so you know, they're like together now. So yeah, that's one of my favorite movies. I love that movie. I just love, like, it brings like the Christmas spirit. I love that movie. Like, it's the Christmas spirit right up in that movie. Well, that concludes this video, and that would be all my top favorite Christmas movies of all time 2021. So if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, don't forget to turn that post notification bell so you are notified every time I post a new video. And other than that, I'm out.